Hi everyone, this is Erin and it's Friday, October 7th, 2016. I've got more letters here from Schaeffer Cox dated September 29th. He writes, Arlene writes that she called the U.S. Attorney in Alaska and told her to let me out so I could be with my children. She also sent $26 to my defense fund. She's 92 and the grandmother of 23. Wow. I can't help but think that God will give special attention to a woman like this. Christopher writes that he has been in jail and knows what I'm going through. He says I remind him of Francis Scott Key. The pictures of Utah he sent me make me want to go rafting and rock climbing in the sun. Margaret, attorney and U.S. Senate candidate, sent me a letter asking me to please contact her. Will do. Ha ha ha. Erin sent a card wishing me well on appeal and saying that she heard Scrocky's lies with her own ears. She wonders why my trial attorney Nelson Traverso never played the audios to prove my innocence, because the feds got to him. He's a total lame and he rolled over when they said boo. He threw me under the bus. Big mistake, big mistake. Dorcas wrote me a super long letter. Wow, she talked about how everyone calls her Dork and about all the rattlesnakes in the front yard of the house where she grew up. The snakes killed her favorite dog. She told me to write stories for my children while I'm stuck in here. Her whole family is very musical. Her father was a minister, and she went on vacation to Alaska. She messed up the hot tub, and it blasted water all over the whole B&B. She thinks Hillary and Trump are nut jobs. She wants me to write her back directly. I doubt CTU will let me. It takes a huge battle to get new addresses approved. The last one took me over 3 weeks. The others got rejected. They don't block people like this in normal prison, only in the CMU. And then she put Miss Dorcas's address. I guess maybe I can write and tell her that he can't write back unless she hears this audio. I don't know. Next, Emma just sent me a $100 check, but it came to the prison where I'm held, not to the business office for BOP in Des Moines, Iowa. So they sent it back. He's on Harvest Moon Drive, like the Neil Young song. Funny what my mail makes me think of. Come a little bit closer, hear what I have to say. I guess that's the song. Georgia sent me a card. She's sorry I'm back in solitary and back in the CMU. Me too. But I'll be okay. She sent some money to my defense fund and called the U.S. Attorney a whole bunch. Good. This will break the prosecution down. Wait. What they did was dishonest, illegal, and it ruined my life and robbed my children of their family. The U.S. Attorney won't be able to stand the truth getting out. Parker writes that the God of Israel will give me justice. He says he is a World War II vet and is not sure how to tell if my story is authentic or not. I wonder if he spends much time on YouTube. Rudy is proving it 100 different ways at LoneStar1776.com. Bless you for that, brother. Wilma writes that God will do great things if we believe. She sent $60 and some sweet, sweet prayers. Teresa writes that the Vatican and the evolutionists are moving their rhetoric to weird stuff like aliens. She even sent me some articles by these folks. Far out. It's serious, people. The universities talking this stuff. I did get the Adventure Bible, and the Shiner Directive. The Bible was great fun. I'll read the other book as soon as I'm caught up on letters and read The Most Dangerous Superstition. Keep the weird stuff coming, but in small bites. What is Alex Jones saying about the US and ISIS working together to bomb Syrian government, killing 60? They're messing with World War III, in my humble opinion, and it's stupid. Vicky writes from New England, or Northeast Washington State, about her full harvest in the garden and orchard. She remarks at how young I am and how passionate I am. She is praying for God to give me wisdom, discernment, and show me how to capitalize on my time in prison. This was a great letter. I'm not the man I once was. Prison has changed me. It's changed me a lot. I've learned a lot of things and developed certain character traits that one can only get by great suffering. I value her prayers. It's not over yet. Keisha writes some deeply wise and surprisingly beautiful words. She says that God speaks of things that are not as though they were. She reminds me that there are lots of people who love and care about me. I'm so blessed to know that people like Keisha have my back. I'm glad she posted my story on her YouTube channel. I wish CTU would let me write more people. Jennifer from Sweden writes that my story is amazing and wants to hear more about it. I'll see what I can do. She seems nice. Bob writes that he's going to be in Illinois and would love to stop by and visit me. Man, what a bummer. If I was in general population of a normal prison, he could definitely visit me, and I'd love it. But the CMU won't let me get visits. I'm back in the torture unit for now. They're going to try to crack me again, and they don't want me getting encouragement from guys like Bob. I'm sorry, brother. Next. Rob writes that he can relate to my situation and confesses that he should be in prison for some of the things he's done. I appreciate the kind words and empathy, but I don't believe anyone should be put in prison for anything ever. People should be making amends to the one they hurt. And if they didn't hurt anyone, then why are we even talking about it? Where's the no victim, there's no crime? Next, Raymond sent $10 and some kind words. The prison sent his check back, but he can resend it to, and he puts the address, Francis Cox, 16179-006, BOP, Lockbox, P.O. Box 474701, Des Moines, Iowa, 50947-0001. Billy writes that contacting the U.S. Attorney is a total waste of time. She's a crook. She knows it and she doesn't care. True. But she doesn't want the world to know she's a crook, and she'll go to great lengths to cover up her crookedness or blame it on someone else. So if she knows that everyone is going to know what she let happen on her watch, she'll let me act out so she won't have to answer questions. I've seen it hundreds of times. Lucy sent me some news articles on my case that were positive. Smiles. I think the tide is changing. More later, Schaeffer Cox. So yeah, he cannot write back to all these people. I think he's allowed 20 people on his letter writing list. So this is what he's doing. He's writing them, and we're reading them into YouTube so that you can get his feedback on your letters, which I think is a great idea. And there's a couple of Facebook groups I like to point out. One is Free Schaeffer Cox. That's a group. And then there's two other ones. One is Free Schaeffer Cox and Free Schaeffer Cox Now, and the other one is just Schaeffer Cox. So there's 3 different Facebook groups to keep in touch with other free Schaeffer Cox Not Guilty supporters. And of course, you can always get daily updates at lonestar1776.com. That'll take you to the YouTube channel where there's over 500 Schaeffer Cox video updates in a Schaeffer Cox playlist. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for your prayers. We really appreciate all of you reaching out to Schaeffer.